Right, I should probably the win rates and stuff up, all like, alright, but whatever. So, hey, welcome to the Anispective cast for, what? We do not recommend shooting your crush with a love gun. Listen, I'm not an expert, I feel like that might go badly. Big doubt, big doubt. Do you even remember this scene happening?
Yeah, I mean, I just watched these.
Okay, yeah, this is so bleak and you miss it. I like forgot the next day. I'm like, oh yeah, wasn't there a random shot where Kikuhime had a freaking gun?
Yeah, you just know that they probably censored this in the dub. Like they probably just didn't show this part.
Oh yeah, I really should have like checked out the dub for this. But whatever, it's fine. It's fine. What I did check out was the episode list.
Uh-huh.
And oh boy, you wanna know something really goofy?
I'm gonna guess that this isn't episode 13 in the dub.
It is not. In fact, what they did is they took these 3 episodes specifically and they just moved like these ones and the one after this way the heck down to like numbers 28, 33, 34, and 35 in the episode order.
How did they move 3 episodes to 4 episodes?
What?
You said they moved these episodes and then listed the these
and
episodes.
The one after these 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because like I thought you just meant the 3 we just watched, and it's like, how did they move 3 episodes into 4 later?
No, it's like these 3 and the one after these 3 that we're not covering this week.
Okay.
So it's like, hey, are you wanting to get character development on your favorite gremlin? Well, wait until episode 28 for that, mother effer. Because we just speed run this crap to get to episode 17. Which to them is episode 11 at this point. And is something about Phantom Thief Renegade being unmasked.
Oh boy.
So yeah, I wonder why it's like, oh, they're worried people are gonna walk away. They want something to keep people's attention. Okay, that makes sense.
I'll admit, this episode wasn't that interesting to me.
I'm gonna be real, I really like this one a lot.
It's fine. I don't know.
I think this one's really fun. Because it's like, the whole premise is like, alright, Kikuhime gets like a crush on a random soccer boy. It's a lot of her being like, okay, well, I have crush. How do I like, actually make this happen? And she's like, alright, well, of course I had to like, just try and like get on his good side and try and like, get close to it and stuff. So she just goes full gremlin mode and starts like trying to hit on him in progressively more and more obscure ways, led on by Erica, as she just continues to scare the shit out of him.
Yeah, so the problem with Kikuhime is that she doesn't know how to not be menacing, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like,
she has negative riz.
Yeah, she's also just kind of a weirdo. Like, she seemingly stands and watches this kid's soccer game, waiting for a ball to get kicked in her face, because after it happens, it does actually happen. A ball gets kicked into her face. And then, like, she gives it back to him, and, like, he runs off, and then she's like, yeah, it was a success, or whatever. And it's like, were you waiting for that to happen?
Yeah, that seems like a kid thing to do. Like, maybe if I go to the soccer game, boy will talk to me, and you just wait there, and, like, most of the time, nothing happens. But one time something does happen, and you're like, oh, yeah, the plan worked.
Well, I mean, specifically, well, yeah, I guess what she specifically says is, yeah, he talked to me or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, she wasn't waiting to get a soccer ball kicked into her face, but it just worked out that way. And of course, Iwanoi and Kagami-yama are like, oh man, she's gonna kill this kid.
It takes everyone way too long to be like, wait a second, is there a crush going on here?
I think Erica picks up on it almost immediately.
Yeah, Erica knows her stuff. Erica's good with this. Or at least she should be. Erica's got the right idea, it's just Kikuhime's negative riz ruins the execution.
Yeah, Erica tells her, it's like, okay, you should do this thing, which would normally work, but Kikuhime's bad at this.
Here, it's like, have this doll I made you, and it looks like a freaking cursed voodoo doll with pins sticking out of it.
Yeah. Aside from that, though, I mean, if she made that by hand, like, aside from the... Like, she just had to take the pins out of it. It wouldn't be that bad.
Like, it took me way too long to realize, like, no, her fingers are bandaged and roughed up. She made this by hand, and she is really bad at it.
I didn't even realize that. Well, like I said, like I said, the doll itself isn't bad, aside from the wrong hair color. Actually, now that I think about it, but
yeah, the hair color's wrong. It's all patchwork and stitched up. It's like losing stuffing. It's like, this is something where it's like, if you knew the person, this would be adorable, and if you didn't, this would be like, oh, that's okay. Thanks, I guess.
Yeah, aside from the pin sticking out of it, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah,
there's no reason she should have left all that in.
Oh man.
But yeah, because of that, of course, it looks like some creepy voodoo doll. And let's see, one of the plans is like he's like washing his face after a game or something, and then Kikuhime comes up to him with like this really old ratty like towel. And she's like, here, use this. It's my towel. Yeah.
And he's like, just like
yeah, for all of these, he just awkwardly accepts because I'm pretty sure he thinks that she's going to like beat the crap out of him if he doesn't.
Yeah, he ironically thinks she's just like bullying him at this point. He thinks she's like actively screwing with him.
Yeah. And then she like brings him some some rice balls that look like soccer balls. And like he bites into it and it's terrible because of course it is.
Yeah, good attempt though. Good attempt.
They look, I mean, she did a good job at making them look like soccer balls, but her cooking skills need work, I guess.
I like that all of these are like, you can genuinely tell that it's like, oh yeah, no, she actually is trying and she's putting in like an actual honest effort. She's just really bad at it. But it's like everything makes logical sense until it doesn't work.
Yep, and then they get to the point where they do the classic thing where it's like, hey, put the love letter in the shoe locker and he'll get it. And apparently she worded it so that it sounded like she was challenging him to a fight.
Yeah, I'm so curious how she phrased it. Did she say, hey, meet me at the roof or something, and gave no context? And he's like, God, she's gonna fight me.
He said part of the letter said, let's settle this. I wouldn't be surprised if that's all. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's all she wrote along with a location to meet at.
Yeah, meet me at the roof. It's time for us to settle this once and for all.
Yeah, something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if that was her entire message.
Oh, man.
It's like, okay, clear. Erica gave her the ideas. Clearly she needed to oversee this. Like, instead of just trusting that Kikuhime would do it right.
Yeah, and then of course it's like, you go up there. It goes horribly. It goes about as well as you'd expect.
Of course.
It's just like, well, I want you to join the screws, and everyone immediately jumps in and tries to, like, fix things. And they finally get the idea across.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? That's not a love confession. And he's like, a love confession?
Yeah, the crap is this about? What?
And then everyone's kind of like pressuring him and everything, and like it's just really awkward. And then he's just finally like, I hate Medabots.
I hate Medabots. I get them away from. They're the worst. I think this is like the part where it just goes from being funny to being like actually like genuinely kind of like great, because it's like, oh yeah, we quickly learn that it's like, oh, he's like actually afraid of her specifically because she is the one who like beat him hard enough to ruin his hopes and dreams.
Yeah, Kikuhime as a child who apparently was just going around looking for people to fight, beat him so hard that he gave up meta battling.
Yeah.
Battling.
This is the only character I've seen in this entire universe who dislikes or is even apathetic to Medabots. And it's literally because Kikuhime wrecked him so hard and she doesn't even remember it.
Yeah, because she wasn't paying attention. She's just like, hey, there's a kid with a Medabot. Let's go beat it.
Let's go wreck this scrub. Like, she literally just beats it and she's like, okay, on to the next one, and just leaves while laughing like a madman.
Yeah, I like that even back then she was just a little gremlin.
Yeah. But yeah, so Iki's like, oh, he hates Medabots, I wonder why he follows him, Turns out he still does have his Medabot. He's got freaking Roll Star.
But before that, Kikuhime comes to the conclusion that, he hates
yeah.
I'm probably just gonna call, like, I haven't been using Medarot over Medabot, but I'm probably gonna call them Metarotters, I guess.
I'll just keep calling them Botters. It's like, they're robots. It makes sense to me.
I don't know. It just sounds more natural than like Battlers or whatever. But yeah, basically she says, yeah, he hates them. He didn't say he hated me. So I'll just give up on it. And then in the most baffling decision I've seen this episode, she gives her meta watch to Iwanoi,
yeah.
the most incompetent member of their group. I was like, wait, she didn't give it to Kagamiyama? Why?
Yeah. I'll just get to like her not thinking straight because, she's in love and she's like desperate and she's just, she's just like, oh yeah, I just have to stop being the Medabotter. All right, and here, take this, bye. Because she like dashes out and they're like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's just so weird though.
Oh man,
just how much of a screw up Iwanoi is.
Maybe Spike's actually not that incompetent when it comes to things other than metabotting,
Maybe.
Like, maybe he's just really good at all kinds of, like, other things. It's like, what? He'll, like, you can trust him. He'll, like, give you back that dollar he borrowed, and trust him with the watch. He's, like, good at, like, knowing where to put his stuff. He's, like, very observant, He just sucks at fighting.
Just bad at row battles.
He's just really bad. Man, I'm trying to think. I don't think there'd be a like scenario where this would happen, but it's like, well, if he just lost a row battle and that somehow resulted in him losing the watch.
I'm pretty sure that's an illegal like exchange from a meta
you'd
battle.
Have to specifically agree on that beforehand, and boy, that would not be good.
I mean, I'm under the impression that the watch, like, you could lose the watch. The metal's the important thing.
Man, I know I've like seen this like only one time before. What would happen if like just freaking Spike lost a row battle and it's like the part he lost was like the core like, head and body part and had nothing to replace it with?
He would just have to save up money to buy a torso piece.
Yeah, like, it feels like the torso steal is, like, that's the move where it's like, alright, you know what? Screw, like, just that guy. I beat you. I won. I want to spite you extra hard. I'm literally stealing your robot's torso. You cannot meta battle until you actively get this replaced.
What if the part that you win is random?
It might be.
like Mr. Referee might be there and like, okay, we're gonna roll a dice and it determines which part you get or whatever.
We will roll. I was gonna say a 5-sided dice, but no, it just have to be like a 4-sided dice. Like, yeah, we will roll a d4 to see which Medabot part you obtain on the official Marauder Referee d4 dice that I keep on my person at all times.
Yeah. Or it could just be a random number generator. I don't know.
It just like Mr. Referee's watch just pops up a little hologram with like a random number generator, just like flicks through 1 to 4. No, it'd be like flicking through the RAM like individual pieces, right? That makes way more sense.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like a little image of a Medabot just on the thing, like a generic robot. It's just flicking through which parts highlight until it gets to the one that it selects.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, what's his face? The kid with the really long name that I don't remember, Soccer Boy,
Yeah.
goes to his house, and yeah, he's still got Roll Star like in his garage, and he's like, yeah, seemingly he's like not had his Medabot out for years. It's like this kid, this kid really is just like, yeah, I'm a Medabot, whatever. Deactivate forever.
Koen Nakajima? Yeah, I think that's his name. Koen Nakajima.
Yeah. It's gonna call him Soccer Boy or Ty.
God.
He's got I don't know, he kind of looks like Ty. He plays soccer too.
He's really smart and he's really good at sports, so we should be concerned. He's got that dark spore in him.
Oh crap. But yeah, he doesn't even have Roll Star's medal in his watch. He just has it in like a case. So like I don't know if Medabots care if they're like inactive and can't like do anything. Like they probably just cease the consciousness or whatever, so they can't even think about it.
No,
Like
we
Medaby
know
gets
they're
mad about it,
right? Yeah, because of the mermaid.
Yeah, but it was only conscious once it was in the watch. What I'm saying is like if it's not in anything, they might just like their consciousness just goes, so they don't have to just exist and not be able to do anything.
Question.
If that makes
Did they only become conscious because they put him in the watch? Or was that just like, you think that because that's when they started talking? Because I forget if they said they're like, like they're just, nothing and they put in. I think it's just like they put in, they're like, oh, hey, where am I? Da-da-da. And it's like, oh, yeah, because you can speak now, of course.
Medaby didn't know where he was, though. If he was like conscious and able to like look around or whatever somehow.
Well, with what eyes?
I mean, like they can't, like they don't have the ability to see or anything in the watch either. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like if like the metals were conscious just as metals, they would have more context.
I'm trying to because it's like their body's gone, right? Like, so it's like the eyes and the hearing and stuff, and all that's like in the head, right? So it's you might just be stuck there in like a nightmare scenario where it's like you are conscious, but you have like no sensory input at all.
I'm gonna choose to believe that whoever created the metals made them so that they're not conscious when they're not in something, because it's stupid if they are.
Are Pokemon conscious while they're inside the Pokeball?
I feel like there was some canonical answer given to this, and I don't remember what it was.
All I remember is there's a kid's WB bumper where they're like, oh, what's it like inside the Pokeball? And it's like, this weird glowing, like, constant party with food or whatever. It made no sense at all.
It's a kid's WB bumper. It's as far from canon as it could be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's about as canon as Sonic the Hedgehog singing the national anthem. But yeah, I don't know. Well, actually, hang on, let me look this crap up.
Seems
a Pokeball.
I'm actually looking it up already. Well, little has been said officially about what Pokeballs are like on the inside. There are some tidbits of information available on the topic. Blah, blah, blah,
Okay.
blah. Junichi Masuda explained in an interview that he felt the inside of a Pokeball was like, I think it's safe to say it's very comfortable inside a Pokeball. It's a very comfortable environment, maybe the equivalent of a high-end suite room in a fancy hotel. So
Yes.
it's just nice inside a Pokeball.
The answer I got was there's essentially a virtual reality created for the Pokemon, designed as a perfect environment for the given species.
Yeah. Now, if we're talking about manga canon, they literally just shrink down and they are in the ball and the top is transparent.
What happens if a Pokeball is destroyed but the Pokemon's still inside of it?
They pop out before it's completely destroyed. Snorlax's Pokeball was damaged and it popped him out. That he couldn't go back in.
Should we do Pokemon at some point?
No. No, that's too much.
That's too much? Alright.
That's too much.
Because I'm thinking it's like at one point, we're gonna get through Medabots, we're gonna get through all of Digimon, and then it's like, well, I mean, it's the next logical one for a Monster Fighter series.
That's like you looking at me and going, hey, Lucky, should we do One Piece?
We probably should do One Piece. That'd actually be really fun.
No.
Alright, yeah.
Pokemon is too long, and also it would boil down to they do stupid stuff for a while, and then Team Rocket shows up, and then they beat Team Rocket next episode. It'd be Ghost Game to the extreme.
God, maybe it's just me. I feel like it would be as bad as Ghost Game, because there at least be like gym episodes and stuff to be like, oh yeah, new badge, plot progression, let's go. But yeah. So essentially, all of this just leads to a situation where a freaking soccer boy is like gets a pep talk by Icky, and they like push you into being like, okay, you need to like yeah.
Actually, okay, hold on. We skipped the scene where Peppercat is like just sitting alone, and it's like, oh, it's Peppercat over there. What's going on? And she's just like, yeah, I think Kikuhime is just gonna throw me away. It's like that gets Medabots really mad, and he's like, all right, we're gonna go have a word with this kid.
Yeah, we have fixed this crap now. This is not okay. But yeah, they eventually do get him to go into one more fight, because it's like, okay, but hey, if it's a team battle, then, we can help you out, right? And it's like, yeah, let's do one last one, because him and Nikki were childhood friends, kind of.
Yeah, in the sense that Icky was aware that he had a Medabot and he thought his Medabot was cool. And it does look cool.
It is pretty cool. It, like, rolls around and it shoots lasers. Like, it seems like it would be really good, but every move it tries, Icky is just like, no, don't use that one. You'll leave yourself open.
Yeah, which brings up something interesting. Icky mentions that metals can level up.
Yeah, he mentioned specifically the metal level. So I don't know if that implies that it's like the metals are leveling up, or if it's like the rank of the metal needs to be high enough to use specific attacks effectively, and he just has a bad metal.
Well, that's what I'm thinking is like the metal like gains experience in a way through like battling, and the better it is, like the better their aim or their AI or like targeting systems or whatever, right?
Yeah. Is experience grinding actually a thing in this world? Is it actually a mechanic?
It would give a reason other than exchanging parts to row battle in the first place.
Yeah, that does make sense.
It would also explain how if like a robot which can't gain muscle mass or like anything like that can get stronger.
Can they even get stronger?
In the sense that their AI and like aim or like maybe their reaction time and like whatnot.
Okay,
like
like they are more skilled, basically.
Yeah, not physically stronger, but their programming gets better.
Man,
or
I
their
have to
AI.
imagine this is like going to basically never come up.
Maybe. Although I do like, we were talking, it's like, man, like double battles have to be a thing when in row battling, or like the support Medabot doesn't make sense or whatever. And sure enough, it is a thing that happens. We see it twice within these 3 episodes.
So, genuine question. How do we count this? Because I assume it's like, oh yeah, winning team, you both get 1 win. Losing team, you both get 1 loss, right?
Sounds fair to me. I
Yeah.
wouldn't count it if Kikuhime threw the match, but at the end she like changes her mind. It's just like, no, we're gonna make this a real fight.
Oh man. If she threw the match, I don't know how I would count on my little like document.
I mean, I guess it is a loss, but how do we count it when we know that Peppercat would easily trash this guy?
Yeah, God. Well, I came up with the idea of a win-loss rate for characters and to just keep track of that. I was not expecting that, like...
You thought
Yeah, I thought it'd be
the
like...
battles would be way more straightforward
I
than
thought
this.
they'd be way more straightforward. I wasn't expecting we'd get, like, so many weird rulings and technicalities and, like, weird little edge cases so fast of, like, oh, but what if this thing happens? What if that thing happens,
Yeah. Hey, in episode 14, does Medabots lose that one fight even though it wasn't an official road battle?
I would say no. I would say it keeps going until the fight officially ends. So that's just part of the fight. His opponents were just cheating.
But that was the end of that fight, and then Mr. Referee shows up and starts another one.
Was it though? I don't know. I feel like I consider that one continuous fight scene. Yeah.
I'm just
just being like facetious or whatever.
Yeah, that's the word.
Oh man.
But yeah, we got something I want to see more of, and it's Medabots or other Medabots using other parts.
Yeah, we got something I'll see way more, which is like actual character development episodes that are taken seriously.
Yeah, it's nice in that regard. It's better than episode 15. But yeah, Medabots is equipped on his left hand with the elephant thing, the elephant Medabot shield.
Yeah, and I probably should have gotten knowledge of it, but you know what? Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, so we get a row battle between with Kikuhime and Erika versus Ikki and Soccer Boy. And Medabots is using the shield to play defense while Rollstar tries to get in the hits and actually win the battle for himself.
Yeah, Medabots basically being guard for Brass. Like, he's keeping Brass from, like, doing anything.
Yeah, more or less, he's just blocking Brass's bullets.
Yeah. And, God... Brass has been like a beast these 2 episodes. Holy crap.
Yeah,
man, Brass herself doesn't seem that strong, but like she's been getting good wins.
I can't wait to talk about 14.
Oh, that's the real one. 14 is the real reason we're here.
Yeah, 14 is like the entire reason I was excited to do tonight's podcast.
Oh yeah. Man, it's like Brass doesn't seem particularly powerful, but man, she is damn consistent.
Yeah, she seems fairly strong. I don't know if she's as strong as Medabots, but like they have similar like fighting. Like they would have to fight each other to find out. But she seems competent.
I'd believe that she's weaker than Medabots, but she's like confident enough that her like win-loss rate is like better.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, it was just like, oh, she has 1 win. It's like, I can't put that above Similodon, because he's like 4-1, But it's like, in like 3 wins, it's like, okay, no, I feel like it's fair to say that Brass is a better, like, rate than Similodon at this point. Like, she has enough battles that it's like, you know what, yeah, fair enough, this should count higher on the list. Meanwhile, I mean, yeah, as we've kind of alluded to, yeah, Rollstar doesn't win, and that puts him, like, on the same tier as freaking Doc Study.
Yeah, so the initial plan is that Kikuhime is going into this fight to throw it so that he'll have more confidence or whatever, and kind of get revenge against Peppercat and Kikuhime, and Peppercat's basically throwing herself into lasers to lose because Rollstar can't hit crap.
I feel like it would be so easy to make Kikuhime look like the worst in this episode. Like, she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get rid of my Medabot, and now that they're back, I'm going to throw the match for a boy, make my robot suffer, and then lose on purpose. It'd be so easy to screw this up.
Even if she did go through with throwing the match, I think it's okay because Peppercat understood and was okay with it. Like, Peppercat was like, yeah, that's fine. I don't mind if it's for this boy that you like.
I feel like we're like one changed outcome and one Peppercat sob story away from being like, man, screw Kikuhime. Because if Peppercat is just like, oh, I'm so sad, I don't want to be abandoned or whatever, and they threw the match, they'd be like, man, screw you. Oh, hey, Duffer, what's going on?
Hey, up.
But yeah, they're gonna throw the match, and, she just chooses not to, because, she has the chance, and she's a legitimate, character to lower. It's like, okay, and throw the match to, make a boy like me. But no, I can't do that. My pride as a Medabotter is too strong.
Yeah, Kikuhime is like, screw that. I can't actually throw it. I like that Soccer Boy sends in his Medabot to do the finishing blow, and it's just he's gonna curb stomp Peppercat. Yeah. It's like, what the heck?
He gets surprisingly brutal at the end.
Yeah, and then I like the shot where Kikuhime is like, no, fight back, and then the shot of Peppercat's eyes lighting up as she attacks him.
It's so cool, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm totally flabbergasted to see your face for her first time. Oh, yeah, have you ever actually, because we started doing this, a bit ago, I think. Yeah, around when we started Medabots. Oh, but yeah, this is a thing.
Now that we get a full shot of Rollstar, he's so cool looking.
He really is cool. Because it's like, oh, he's like a skater. He's got wheels on his legs so he can roll around. But it's it really is a good design.
Apparently he's based on a crayfish.
Oh, is he? Okay.
That's what his design is supposed to be. It's but he shoots lasers. It's all right, I guess. Why not?
Don't catch my streams these days. Yeah, no problem, man. No worries. But yeah, we finally get this. It's they just beat freaking Rollstar.
Instantly. Peppercat, despite being heavily damaged, Peppercat gets up and trashes him.
I'm gonna be real, this was pretty hype.
It was a pretty cool moment, yeah.
And yeah, thanks to this, I could add another 2 points to freaking Peppercat's win rate. Because she beat him now, and she also beat him as a kid.
Yeah. It's, I'm a little confused about how the match is decided, though. Because she takes down Rollstar, and Medabee's clearly still fine. But then Mr. Referee pops up and he's like, yeah, Kikuhime wins.
I guess the first side to lose a Medabot loses the match.
I guess they just don't even bother doing a ones down, so it's 2v1. But
yeah,
I don't know. I
feel like works for the pacing.
Yeah, I feel like a strong enough solo Medabot could still win a match 1v2, but
yeah. For in love Medabots, but a lot of people figure out this show. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Apparently it stayed big in Japan for a while, but everywhere else it just kind of died out.
Yeah.
It's so sad because I love the premise and everything about Medabots.
You know what will like fix this? I don't know if this would really be possible, but it's like because they're next to like a river, right? It's like have like Brass tackle Mubby into the river or something, so that like they can't compete anymore, and it's
And
just
then
a
it's down to
solo
Pepper
between.
Cat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess to do that, Brass would have to like try to win, and that's not Erica's plan. So
Yeah. Also, I like that Icky didn't actually, he wasn't in on the plan, but he realizes what's happening because it's like, wait, Pepper
yeah.
Cat shouldn't be getting hit by this stuff.
Yeah, Icky actually being smart, like, again, and he's like, oh, wait a minute, and he's, like, actually really confident for a moment.
Yeah.
He's like, alright, there's something fishy going on, but screw it, we're gonna keep trying.
Yep. Unfortunately, despite Kikuhime getting back up and wrecking this kid, it doesn't result in him quitting Medabots for good. He immediately yells that he wants a rematch, and like he gets all fired up about it. And it's like, oh, there we go.
Yeah, they had curb stomp him. They got enough of a chance that like ignite his passion a bit more.
Yeah.
For how much of an idiot he usually is. Yeah, Icky's had some dumb moments recently, it feels like.
Yeah, but he usually seems to know what he's doing in a fight, at least. Like, he's got like Goku syndrome.
Remember when he fought the Fox one and Rokusho had to show up and be like, hey, Icky, try shooting the head?
Yeah, that's like, a little bit.
Yeah.
That is a little weird because they needed Rokusho to show up, and like that's just specifically because they wanted Rokusho to do something.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, buddy. If that wasn't the case, I feel like Icky would have been like, wait a minute, I know this model. Its head armor is weak, or whatever.
Yeah. Man, I feel like Rokusho has used so much better next episode.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, freaking Kikuhime wins. Whatever soccer boy's like, oh no, I had to get better. I had to fire again, stuff like that. And she just crushes on another random boy.
Who looks way too old for her.
Oh yeah, way too old.
This dude shows up and looks like a high schooler, and he's like, hey, and she's just like, oh yeah, like go hugs on his arm and everything, and it's just like, at least he seems kind of like, huh, what? It's weird.
That all-powerful attack, I think, means the metaphors. Yeah, is that it? Yeah, we ain't got there yet, but we're getting there.
Which is weird because I think they reveal it really early in the dub.
Yeah, it might be episode 11, I'd imagine, because maybe somewhere along that point. That feels about right. I don't know,
Yeah.
that feels like it's, because that's like the one where it's like, in the episode list, it's like, oh, freaking the Phantom Thief gets unmasked. And I'm like, alright, that has to be the one where stuff goes down, right? That has to be why they want to get there so fast, so they can get that episode.
Maybe.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's pretty much this episode.
Yeah, this is a good one. I can't tell you how much I missed having like a serious actual character plot beat where it's like just a good character moment that's not like played for laughs or intruded by like jokes or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this episode.
As far as I know, it's called Metaforce, unless it's called something in the original version, but we'll get there when we get there.
If it's something else, we'll learn it next week, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, this episode's fine. I like the more serious character growth bits, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's good. I guess any last thoughts?
Those were my last thoughts.
Okay, yeah.